My friends, welcome back to my channel. Please give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button as I continue to bring you weekly content. Thank you so very much for watching my video, and thank you so very much for checking out my channel today. And today we're going to be taking a look at Legacy Bulkhead. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that packaging. Of course, Transformers Legacy right there. Transformers. Of course, very nicely done picture there of Bulkhead in his vehicle mode. And of course, there's Bulkhead right here, and here again, he's ready to bust up some Deceptichops. And of course, they gave him a wrecking ball, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Here's the bottom of the box right here, just legal mumbo jumbo, UPC code, all that good stuff. And yeah, top of the box, not much happened there, just Transformers Legacy. This side box, very cool picture of all the characters that are going to be coming out. Looks like Optimus Prime, Hot Rod, RC, Blaster, and of course I didn't notice Bulkhead was down there. He's kind of hidden a little bit until you see him. So, of course, Transformers Authentic, Transformers Legacy again, and the always cool back of the box. Just Bulkhead, everything you do, 30 steps. So he's not that hard to transform, and of course, not sure what this is what this is used for. I think it's for their website. Anyway, other than that, pretty cool packaging, typical packaging. And of course, here is Bulkhead in his robot form. Of course, very nicely done. You got his head. You got to be a little careful with his head because it did pop off on me once. It's kind of a little difficult to put it back together too, so you just have to be careful with it. And of course, I like the transparent blue here, and of course the green. Windshield wipers here really bring it out. And here's his legs. Everything's all green and gray. Looks like how he did in Transformers Prime, basically just a little reimagined a little bit differently. In the other series he's been in, back of him, pretty nice clean back. And of course he's got these ports on him. He is compatible with a bunch of fossilizers, weaponizers. I'll show you how that looks here in a little bit. And of course articulation, head is on a ball joint. It goes from side to side. And can look up and can look down. Does not do a full 360 at all. Arms do a full 360. And can bend. Should be able to bend at the elbow here. Yep. And the wrist can move too. And of course the legs can do the splits. And bend at the knee. And lots of waist articulation. So typical articulation for a toy. My only complaint, just like Waspinator, this does come easily undone. Which can be distracting sometimes, but nobody's perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and get some comparisons out of the way, shall we? And of course, here he is with good old Waspinator. And as you can see, Waspinator's issue is this. His Waspinator's little issue with his little chest there is a little bit more annoying, but with Bulkhead's isn't too terribly bad. Yep, that's going to be it for the deluxe ones. There he is, more up to date. Combiner Wars Voyager class. He's a little bit taller. But Combiner Wars Onslaught. And here he is, a Studio Series Scourge. They're about even. He's just a little bit taller because of this stuff back here. They do stack up pretty nicely. And almost last but not least, here he is with the Voyager Maximal Rhinox. And yeah, these two Voyagers here do match up pretty nicely, actually. They just kind of shorten us up a little bit with the Kingdom, with the whole Kingdom Beast Wars figures. Except for Rhinox. Rhinox got the good treatment. And last but not least, here he is with Optimus Prime. Good old Generation 1 Optimus Prime. And of course, he does come with his weapons. He's got this gun. And he's got this wrecking ball here. I just don't know why they decided to give him the wrecking ball. It does seem a little silly to me. I just hope he doesn't start singing Miley Cyrus songs. But you can't put the gun in his fist there. And he's ready to start shooting up some Deceptichops. And one thing I also forgot to show off was this piece right here that does it come back here. You just put it back on here. And of course over here I took the wheels off. I customized it a little bit. I just took these wheels off back here because it just looked a little silly. I felt they didn't need to be there. But yeah, you just put This back on there just like so. And then there you go. You can just take it. You can just take it just as easily off too. So, anyways, let's go ahead and I'll show you what he looks like with all weaponed up with Rectonite. Yeah, here's what he looks like all weaponized up with Rectonite. So that's pretty sweet right there. I don't have that many parts formers or anything like that, so the whole weaponizers and fossilizers thing kind of escaped me, except for Rectonite over here. I thought he looked really cool. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get in his transformation mode here in just a second. Alright, so first thing what you're going to want to do, bring this all the way up. And of course, like I said earlier, you're supposed to bring this down, but be gentle with it because his head will come out. I've only had the problem once, but it's all good. It's all good. Nobody's perfect. And of course, come over here to where his arms are. Just gotta bring these down. You gotta be gentle with them, remember. And of course, come over here. This is my very first time ever owning something from the Transformers Prime series, even though technically this is really not from the series, just a character from it. And animated too. But I take that back, I actually did own a bunch from the animated, now that I think about it. But they're all deluxes, and I got rid of them back in the day. And of course, is bring these together. Make sure that's all nice and tight in there. And then we're just done with that half. That will cooperate and stay. And of course, with this, just run and bring that up here. Come down to here where his legs are. Bring these up. Bring these up. Come over here. And go, sorry about that. Come down to here where his legs are. Bring this up. Bring that back down. Bring that out. Same thing with over here. He's pretty easy to transform, not too hard. Sorry about that. Got a little too close to my phone there. And of course, just bring these together. Like so. This is why eventually, later this year, I'm thinking about getting an actual real video camera. I'm just going to be doing my homework, because there's so many video cameras out there. I might do what Imgo does. He's told me what Imgo does. He told me that on Twitter that he uses a GoPro, so I might look into that too. And of course, this is supposed to snap apart too. Just, again, you got to be gentle with these things, because you don't ever want to break them. Yeah. Just very gently snap that whole thing together and bring them. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. Sorry about that. I'm going to leave that disconnected for now because it's kind of distracting to the review. And of course, bring that. Make sure the whole thing is supposed to come into there. Alright, hang on just a second. Alright, sorry about that. So what you want to do after that, just straighten this bad boy out. Like so. And yeah, this is sometimes Transformers, these things can be a little tricky sometimes because sometimes they just don't want to cooperate and all that good stuff, yada yada yada. Alright. I'm done transforming. Alright. This is what he's going to look like. We're not finishing with him just yet. We still got this to put back on you. And of course, just bring that down. Make sure it's all snug and tight. And there we go. So very, very nicely done. Of course, like what we saw from his chest earlier, this is what his chest was. You got the nice transparent blue, all that good stuff, the green. There's everything about this figurine really is nice about it. So let's go ahead and get some comparisons out of the way, shall we? Here he is with Generation 1 Optimus Prime. See, they both roll together really nicely. So they do. This is Generation 1 Optimus Prime, I think it's supposed to be Deluxe class. But they do even up kind of nicely, so that's that for that comparison. Here he is with Combiner Wars Onslaught. Yeah, they can. Onslaught's just a little bit bigger. If I have a mistransform, I do apologize about that. Just these Voyager classes were supposed to be a little bit bigger. And last but not least, I want to keep these all car related, so areas with a Generation Select exhaust. Yeah, that's pretty neat right there. So he does look big in his robot mode, but when he's in his truck mode, not so much. I don't have that whole lot of truck formers other than Optimus Prime. I have my masterpiece Optimus Prime up there, but that's not going to be too much of a fair comparison. And yep, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the review today. Please give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I do a cash giveaway contest. I'm going to be doing one in June, so make sure to subscribe for that. Just read my rules and all that. And again, thank you so very much for watching my video today. Please subscribe.